Yo, what is good, YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys, and we have some more breaking news, notes, observations, and reports that I've seen covering day one of the New England Patriots minicamp period. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to mention one thing. I want you to take everything I say in this video with a grain of salt. Yes, somebody can make a great impression here in minicamp. However, there's no pads, there's no contact, and it's pretty much the same thing as OTA. So yes, they can look good, but don't expect, if someone breaks out here in, minicamp, don't expect them to be a star player in a couple of months from now. But with that being said, I also need you guys to do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Let's see if we can get the video up to 500 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the NFL offseason, which includes the rest of minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, whatever it may be. I got you guys covered. Everything New England Patriots. I also will be streaming during games, reacting the games, just watching them with you guys. So if you guys ever want to watch a Patriots game with me, make sure you guys join the family. Turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we go live for a game or post a video. But without any further ado, let's get into some of the news and notes and standouts of day one of minicamp. Day two video will come out maybe tomorrow or the next day. Got you guys covered with that as well. But let's talk about the quarterback report. Now, throughout these first couple of drills here on day one of minicamp, Mac Jones actually looked really good. Now, on 7-on-7s, he was 12 of 12. Did not have an incompletion. Now, they moved on to 11 for 11s, or 11 on 11s, I mean, and then he went 16 of 22, but he did have 2 interceptions in those drills. Now, both those picks were by safeties, Kyle Duggar and Adrian Phillips. Those guys looked really good. The defense was playing at full speed, just no contact. Obviously, more of a walk-through type of thing. But obviously, pretty good there by the defense, getting 2 interceptions on Mac Jones. Mac Jones has to be a little bit more conservative when it comes to throwing the deep ball, because sometimes it's going to end up being a interception. But not a bad day overall for Mac Jones. You want to see him, get a little bit better, but things are looking good for Mac Jones in this offense. I think Bill O'Brien is doing a good job trying to run that, Alabama style of offense, which Mac was accustomed to in the NCAA. So he looked good. Obviously, Mac Jones looked frustrated in the moment, but something he can get better on. So we'll see about that. And then, throughout OTAs, he, earned the majority of the reps for the first team, and I fully expect him to be the starter. But Bailey Zappi did get 1 round of 11 on 11s with the first team offense. He stayed, Jones stayed engaged during Zappi's and the third string, Trace McSorley's, reps, but he stayed engaged. He stayed, in the moment. He's trying to help them out, and he tried to be a little bit of a leader while still competing for that #1 job. So obviously, you love to see that. But heading into some of the skilled players, Jack Jones is a guy who really stood out, man. Jack Jones had one of the best defensive plays of the day. He had a couple of interceptions, I believe. And a couple of other guys who looked good was, Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki combining for 12 receptions from the starting signal of the, team drills. So that's something you love to see. I also mentioned that Bill O'Brien's offense is starting to come together. The players, the coaching staff, and everyone around them is starting to, understand where the offense is coming from. They have, like, a system that they use, which is something that, Mac Jones and the Patriots weren't usually accustomed to last season. It felt like, the offense was kind of just random at times, which is something you don't really like to see. And now with Bill O'Brien, it kind of seems, more on par with what they want to do here in New England going into 2023. A couple of other guys who look good, Devontae Parker and Kendrick Bourne dominated first-team receiver reps, caught 7 of their 8 combined targets, and Jones' final pass of the day was a slant to Kendrick Bourne for a touchdown, which was amazing. They end up, celebrating together, so that was a good sight to see. Ty Montgomery is another guy I wanted to bring up. He's been showing out, man. He's a guy that they want to play in the slot, lined outside a wide receiver, lined up in the backfield. They want to move this guy everywhere. Now, the thing is, they want to do this last year too. However, he suffered an injury which put him out for the whole season. But now he's here, man. He's going to be a nice little Swiss Army knife that, Bill Belichick has by his side and can play wherever he wants. And I do think Ty Montgomery will have, a pretty solid role here on this team in 2023. Got to keep that in mind going forward because, when you look at the wide receiver core, you got Juju, Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, Tyquan Thornton, Keyshawn Butte, Demario Douglas, Trey Nixon, but I do think you got to mix in Ty Montgomery into those guys because I do think he'll get some playing time. Now, two of the top plays of the day come, of roster long shots, I would say, with tight end Scotty Washington and Trey Nixon both having beautiful plays, getting deep balls on 7-on-7s with Trace McSorley at quarterback. So, those are some guys that you can, keep an eye on going forward. I don't know if they'll make the team, but there's some guys who have been intriguing to watch. Now, another thing that I want to take note of is Christian Gonzalez and second-year Jack Jones on the outside. Those are the starters with Jonathan Jones in the slot. That looks like what could be the starting secondary cornerbacks for the Patriots in 2023. Like I said, Jack Jones, Christian Gonzalez, and Jonathan Jones in the slot, which is something that I'm actually very excited to see. I think it can work very well. New England gave Gonzalez a look in the slot as well, but it seems like they really like Jonathan Jones in that position for at least the time being, until we head into, the start of training camp. That's when maybe we'll see a little bit more of people mixing in and out when there's contact, when there's, more contact drills and pads on. That's probably when you see a little bit more of, guys experimenting, going to other positions on the field. But like with those top four cornerbacks right now, I see a very dynamic group, a very versatile group who can, interchange, can just be very, I don't want to keep using the word versatile, but that's what they are, man. That's what they are. You also got a guy, Marcus Jones, who I like. I mean, the secondary just looks pretty solid. I mean, you got depth. You got players all over the field with Christian Gonzalez, Kyle Duggar, Adrian Phillips, Jack Jones, Jonathan Jones, Marcus Jones, Jabril Peppers, Jalen Mills. I mean, Miles Bryant, who was, not a full-time starter, but a pretty solid starter last season. So, I mean, you got guys everywhere up and down the secondary that can come in and make plays, not just the starters, but the backups as well, are showing great ability to be good players in this league. Now, I also want to talk about a couple of other players who looked good. Malik Cunningham has looked pretty good. Marte Mapu, I think that's how you say his name, has looked amazing. Isaiah Bolden, Josh Uche, Mac Wilson, Dietrich Wise have all tallied up pass breakups over the past couple days. Uche also delivered a big, not hit because there's no pads on, but it looked like he could have really destroyed a play really well. Second round draft pick Keon White has looked really good. He did come down with a little bit of an injury, but he looks to be at least okay for the time going forward. But overall, man, I am excited with the team, where the team is headed. Those are the couple of guys who have been looking really good here in camp. You got Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, looked amazing. Juju, I think, is dealing with a little bit of an injury. We all know that Tyquan Thorne dominated OTAs. We'll see if he can continue that into day 2 of minicamp. Other than that, Mike Gesicki, Hunter Henry look good. Ty Montgomery looks amazing. We also cut James Robinson, as you guys know. So it looks like Ramondre Steven, Ty Montgomery, Kevin Harris, Pierre Strong going to be your leaders in that running back room. And then, defensively, I mean, it's deep, man. Matthew Judon, Keon White, Wise. You got Christian Barmore, Devon Godshaw. You got Juwan Bentley, Johnny Tavai, Marte Mapu. And we already talked about the secondary. So it looks good, man. I'm not going to lie. I think this has been a very good offseason. Now, the only thing they're going to have to rely on and depend on is, Mac Jones, man. Mac Jones is going to have a big year. He's got receivers. He's got tight ends. He's got running backs. He's got, everything at his disposal to use. So we'll see what ends up happening here in 2023. Guys, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the family. Turn on post notifications, and you'll be notified every time I go live to watch a Patriots game or post a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Pro Class, the absolute best place for you to take your game to the highest level. It's the first of its kind sports training and development platform where you can reach your highest potential by learning from some of the best athletes on the entire planet. Some of these guys include Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Allen Iverson, DeMar DeRozan, and so many more. And I have some great news to you guys. If you guys go use my code MattyDubs, you'll get 50% off hundreds of training videos, workouts, and drills, and you can get in the lab right now. So go check it out. Go steal some of the secrets from some of the top players in the world right now. And if you are interested in developing your skills at any level, if you play in middle school, high school, college, or if your goal is just to be a better athlete, a better basketball player, this is where you need to go. Nobody else does this. Go check them out, and you can learn, develop your skills at a fast, pace, high speed level. Click the link in the description for instant access to all of the secrets in the world. And remember, using code MattyDubs will get you 50% off right now, so don't miss out on this offer.